So you mentioned a little bit ago about a virtual locker, so which kind of brings me to my next talking point. What are some of the challenges of teaching during this current pandemic right now?
Well, so I teach high school, ninth and 10th graders, and as a county, we have taken, because we have that extra class, we've taken 10 minutes away from all the other classes.
Hmm.
Instead of meeting 3 days a week sometimes, they're only meeting 2 days a week. So we're losing some of that educational time with the kids. And so we're trying to have to condense our lessons a little bit. Plus, we're only allowed to give a certain amount of homework, which we were before too, but this is vastly, it's vastly smaller amount than we were before, which I agree, because staring at a computer for 10 hours a day, I think is really detrimental to kids' mental health as well as our mental health, you know?
Right.
And so trying to get what the Virginia Department of Education, their SOL standards are into a certain amount of time, as well as trying to get, because I teach AP World Modern, trying to get all of the content knowledge that they need to get within a certain amount of time. I think that's going to be really challenging this year, because
Right.
it's taking myself as a teacher twice as long to create engaging lessons as it would if I was in a face-to-face setting, because I have to make sure all the links work. I have to make sure that I have all of my periods correctly and they're in the correct platform. I have to make sure that all my kiddos are entered into where I need them entered into.
Right. Hmm.
But then also going in and teaching virtually, it takes twice as long as well, because Johnny couldn't get on the platform, or Tina's computer died, and can you let her back into the class?
Wow. Those
Yeah,
are things I never would have thought about.
exactly. It's very time consuming, which it's something that you just have to take into account and move on. And I know at the end of the year, I believe that our county has, well, I believe Virginia in general has asked for a waiver on the end of year exams, the SOL.
Right.
And I think we got it. So even if they do take it, it's not going to count for graduation. I
Okay.
don't, they haven't, that's still up in the air, I believe. But so I'm not super worried about it, but I'm also seeing this as an opportunity to really up my technology game, to really try to teach the kids technology. You would be super interested in the fact that most of these kids know how to get on Snapchat or TikTok or whatever platform, use their
Right.
whatever, but they don't know how to add an image to a Google slide. They don't know how to make folders in Google. They don't know how to save their Bitmoji. This was the big one we had last week. Save your Bitmoji from your Snapchat, email it
Right.
to yourself, then upload it to your Google slide. So we literally had to create a mini video, and the kids had to follow the directions.
Wow. I mean, that's so wild because, these days kids are so into the technology, so into the apps and everything else. And you would think that this would be kind of somewhat second nature, but perhaps not. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, their basic skills when it comes to that stuff is not
Right.
there. And it's also, I think, really hard because we were trying to get them on, online textbook, things like that. And
Right.
you've got the student who says something like, it says that there's a 404 here. And I'm like, okay. Or do I fill out my name in this box? I'm like, I can't see your screen. You have to
Right.
on there. I can't just
Right. Uh-huh.
yes or no. So yeah. I'm also sending out a lot more emails, like communication emails. So
Right.
it's
Uh-huh.
harder for me. So instead of spending the last half hour of my day just sending out emails, I literally start my day with an hour of emails and usually end my day with an hour of emails.
Wow.
Just because that's the only form of communication that we really
Right.
have.
Now, is
It's
that like email like back and forth with your students or the faculty, parents, or all the above?
All of the above. All of the
That's
above.
it.
Yeah. So, and it would be easier if we could meet face. I see, Rachel in the hallway. Hey, Rachel, where's your homework assignment? Don't forget to turn that in.
Right.
Instead,
Right.
Rachel hasn't been to class in 2 days. Instead of me seeing her in the hallway and giving her that one, like, okay, you missed class yesterday, so.
A little accountability kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It's also really hard because in a face-to-face class, Johnny makes a comment that he doesn't think you hear under his breath, and you just give him a look and say, seriously right now?
Right.
But that's not acceptable.
I see.
Instead, Johnny puts something in the chat box that you then have to call him out in front of the whole class, which I personally don't like doing.
Versus just going to pull Johnny aside after class and say, hey, that was inappropriate type of thing.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's little things like that you don't think of, that you're like, wow, okay, this is difficult. So